YouTube, sorry for the wait. I know it's been a minute, but I've been racking up on content so I can, drop tutorials week after week. I might even start 2 times a week. But right here I'm setting in my first guideline with my clipper all the way closed. And as you can see, I started my guideline at the midpoint of his curve, aka the C cup. I'm right at the middle section of that, setting in my first guideline. So keep that in mind. Once I go to the other side of his head, I'm going to start at that same point so I can keep my fade leveled on both sides. You want your first guideline to be symmetrical. And look at the way I'm, setting in my first guideline. I'm not digging in real deep, I got a light touch when setting in this first guideline. Like I said, you want the first guideline to be symmetrical, so I'm starting at the same point I started on the left side of his head, at the midpoint of that C cup or the curve, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm opening my lever all the way up, setting in my second guideline, going up about 1/2 inch above the first guideline. And just how I was explaining, using that light touch to set in the first guideline, you want to do the same thing with this second guideline. Keep that light touch. You want to apply the same pressure throughout all of your guidelines, because you don't want to set in any harsh guidelines. Like once you get to putting on guards, it's going to be way easier if you're keeping the same amount of pressure when setting in guidelines. So keep that in mind. Keep that light touch, The clipper is going to cut the hair. You don't have to do nothing extra. Now I'm about to start working my way down from the second guideline I put in all the way down to the first guideline. And I'm going notch for notch. Every time I close the notch up, I come down a little lower than I was on the previous notch. Now I'm opening my lever all the way back up, and I'm aiming at any dark areas at the top of that guideline. Now I got my 1.5 guard on now with the lever in the open position, and I'm not really setting in a guideline at this point. I'm setting up the transition from the fade to the hair length on top. So with this, you want to come straight off the head. Don't dig in. Come straight off the shape of his head. Do not dig into the top portion of his hair. As you can see, his hair growth pattern is kind of coming down at an angle, so that's the same way you have to fade the hair. You gotta go against the grain. You can't go up and down in every area. Sometimes you gotta come at the opposite angle of the way the hair is growing, so keep that in mind. And as you can see, I just closed my lever up on my 1.5 guard, and I'm coming down lower than I was with the lever open on this 1.5 guard. So remember, you're working your way down. Every time you put a new guard on, you start open, and then you close the lever and come down lower. Still working my way down. Now I got the number 1 guard on there with the lever all the way open, coming right underneath where I was with the 1.5 guard closed. Now I'm closing up the lever on the number 1 guard, coming right underneath where I was with the open lever number 1 guard. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, the fade almost don't even need the 0.5 guard, you know what I'm saying? And that comes from not setting in those harsh guidelines as we did in the beginning. Keeping that, you know what I'm saying, that light pressure while we fading will help, you know what I'm saying, speed the process up. You don't have to dig in. And right here you see me using them corners, man. I got the lever back open, and I'm using the corner of the blade to blend out any dark areas I still see within my fade. Still working my way down. Now I got the 0.5 Wahl guard on there with the lever all the way open, and you can see I'm working them corners, man. Using the last 2 or 3 tips of my blade, I'm going into my fade, aiming at any dark areas. And take this note down, you know what I'm saying? The more of an angle you have when you doing corner work, the higher you can go up into your fade, you know what I'm saying, without creating a bald spot within your fade. So the more you angle your clipper to just use the corner, the higher you can go up, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. And I just closed the lever up on my 0.5 guard, still working those dark areas out of my fade. Now it's time to take care of the bottom portion of the fade. I'm going in with my trimmers, you know what I'm saying, to completely bald out the bottom section of my fade. Still keeping that light pressure because you don't want to create, you know what I'm saying, another line that you have to get out. So still keeping that light pressure, only going up to where that hair stops at that you're balding out. You know what I'm saying? You do not have to go up any higher than where that hair stops, you know what I'm saying, to create the transition at the bottom. Keep that light touch, like I said, and y'all be A-okay. Now I'm going in with my shavers to completely bald out the bottom portion of the fade. And I'm not going up past where I was with the trimmer. And if you do create a line using your shavers, flip it over and come down with the grain of the hair, you know what I'm saying, to get that line out. And what I learned while I was shooting this video, you know what I'm saying, is doing circular motions while using your shaver will help alleviate, you know what I'm saying, setting in a harsh guideline, you know what I'm saying. So just like you see me doing, I'm using little small circular motions, and that'll, you know what I'm saying, help speed up the process and help you not set in such harsh guidelines using shavers. And I want to apologize because my camera died while I was doing the lineup and the hard part. But, you know what I'm I'm saying? I have tutorials on how I do lineups and stuff like that. So if y'all interested, y'all can take a look at those. But right here, I'm going in with the razor, getting any stubble hairs that are taken away from the sharpness of his lineup. Only aiming at the stubble hairs. And last but not least, we're gonna finish up with some clip over comb work. What you wanna do is have the bottom portion of your comb kind of against his head, not all the way. And the top portion of the comb, you wanna angle it towards you a little bit. And whatever hair is overhanging through that comb is the hair you wanna cut off. And with that being said, make sure you have a steady hand. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like cookies and cream, ice cream, you know what I'm saying, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay blessed. MikeWillBlendIt. I'm out.